the trainer. So we have Fanny. So Fanny will be understudying Ronnie lah. So I'm not sure how long the training will take, but 2:30 I will make a move because I've got another meeting. So Ronnie will take charge lah. Okay. So Ronnie, I think you can begin.
All right, let me share my screen first. Okay, let me introduce myself again. My name is Ronnie, and here with me today is Fanny as well. She will be helping me to record for the session itself. So do give us around 1 to 2 days, 1 to 2 working days to process the video. Then once the video is ready, then we'll pass the link back to Anton to share it with you guys.
Yes, of course. Can.
Yeah. Okay. Let me. Then share the. So before I start, just letting you know what I'll be covering for today. So mainly the first part will be on the design portion. Second part will be product related, and lastly is
again, the first part is
on the design portion of the website.
Okay.
Then second part will be product related, and lastly would be the WooCommerce portion. Okay, so WooCommerce, which is the e-commerce, how to manage the orders when it starts coming inside your website.
I see.
Okay, so as you can see on your screen right now, this is how the website looks like when a normal visitor came in. So for you yourself to access it as an admin user, what you need to do at the end of this URL over here, you can add in this /m login. But because your website is not yet live, so it will not be using mlogin. But when it live in the near future, you need to use mlogin to access the website. So right now we just use wp-admin because it's currently still in staging mode. So you'll be taken to this login page itself. So
by the way, sorry to disturb. I want to ask. So the link will be mstagging.abs or straight away ABS group.
Oh, in the future, once we live the website itself, it will be using the domain name that you have which is ABS. What was it? ABS group, is it?
Yeah, ABS group.
Yeah, it will be absgroup.com.sg, for example, /mlogin.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. So you key in the credential that will be given to you, and then click on this login button. And then you'll be redirected to this dashboard page. In other words, this is the back end part of your website. So basically all the settings are located over here. But for us to go back to the home page that you see earlier, all you need to do, you just hover your mouse to this house icon over here and click on this visit site. And then you'll be able to start to do some editing in terms of the website itself. So the only distinction that you need to know whether you're already logged in or not yet logged in is this black bar over here. So when you see this black bar mode activated, this indicates that you already logged in and you can start doing any changes that you want, other than the dashboard page that you see earlier. So first thing first, with regard to design, is the design setting itself. So for us to access the design setting will be this customize button on the black bar that you see right here. So you just click on this, and then on your page, on the left side, you will see the control panel for the design setting, and on the right side is the preview mode of the homepage. Yeah, so here, of course, you see there's a lot of different settings, but the one that you'll be taking note of would be the header and style, because these are the most likely you will need to change if you want to change anything with regards to the overall look and feel of the website. So we start with style first. Style, within the style itself, there are two two main settings that you want to look into as well, which is color and typography. So colors refers to the main preset color that you want to set for your website. So as you can see, there's a primary color, secondary color, success color, and alert color. So normally the one that we look at is this primary and secondary color. So as you can see, certain elements within your website will affected by this primary or secondary color. So for example, any buttons that you see, they are affected by this primary or secondary color. Yeah. So let's say, for example, you want to do some changes in the future in terms of primary or secondary color. You can click on this select color button. And then there are two ways for you to do it. Either you can drag or drop to this circle over here to the color that you want, for example, right here. For example, or you can use color code. If you're familiar with color code, you can find the color code that you want you want to change into, and then you paste it inside this little box over here. And then once you're done with any edits that you want to make, you can click on this publish button. So when you click on publish button, all the changes that you made is finalized. So let's say you don't want to finalize the changes just yet, you can click on this gear icon, and then you can click save draft. So when you click on save draft over here, this preview link will be generated. So you can share the preview link to your colleague or to your team to see whether or not the changes make sense. If you feel that it doesn't make sense, you don't want to use it, you can click on this discard change, or you can publish it right away, no problem as well. Other way is you can reschedule, you can schedule the publish date as well. So when you click on schedule, you can set the date and time of when the changes will take place. So for this demonstration, I just discard the changes so that it go back to the original state. Okay, so that's for colors. Before I move on to the typography, you got any question regarding colors?
So far, no.
Okay, so typography is a similar setting to the colors. The only difference is that this one controls the font that are being used for the website. So as you can see, there are two types of setting as well, headline and base. The difference between these two is simply one for headline is this section title, whereas base refers to the body text. So for example, if you want to change either one, you just open up this font family drop-down menu, and then you just choose from the list of font that are available over here. And then in terms of variant, this is for you to set the thickness of the font that are being used as well. So either you can make it as thin as you want, or you can make it as thick as you want. So the thickness over here is 900. So 900, you can consider it as bold text, so equivalent to bold text. So it's really up to you how you want to play around with this one. So because this one is a trial and error basis, so you just play around with the setting. Should you want to do some changes in the future. Again, any changes that you made for this portion, you can either publish or save draft first for this particular setting. Yeah, so that's for typography. So yeah, for style portion is very straightforward, I would say. And then the next part is header. So when you click on header, this header builder will pop up. So as you can see, before we see any of the header over here, for this particular builder, what we use is UX builder. These are the layout of the header that are available for this type of builder. So you have three different sections: top bar, header main, and header bottom. So as you can see right now, what is being enabled is only the header main, which refer to this logo, main menu, and the button, as well as the wish list and the cart. So this portion, the top bar and the header bottom, is not being enabled. One of the way you can see is that there's no item over here, there's no elements, that's why it's not being enabled. Or another way is when you click on this gear icon, you can see this one is not being enabled. Yeah. So what are the things that you can do for this portion is first is you can rearrange the different elements. So for example, you want to move this button. Do take note that because we're opening up this control panel, that's why the header looks a bit off. So when I close down this panel and this setting, it will look like normal arrangement as what you see earlier. So first, let's say for example, we want to remove this particular button. All you need to do is just drag it down below over here, because this one is called not in use section. So any elements that are used to construct a header that are not being used will be stored over here. And then if you want to put it back, you just simply drag it back to the same position or different position anywhere of the spaces that you see over here. So that's one of the things that you can do. Secondly is to change the logo. So for example, you have a new logo design. You just click on this logo portion, and then on the left side you see logo image right here. So for you to change it, you can just click on this select image button, and then there are two ways for you to do it. Either you can choose from media library and upload it directly from your computer. So normally this one is for a fresh new logo that you design, so you can directly upload it from your computer. And then if you're not too sure how the dimension for this logo, you can always double check with the current one that you use, which is right here under media library, and then this one is the logo that you use. So you can see these are the dimension, 200 by 55 pixel. So you just tell your designer to follow this dimension when they're designing a new logo in the future. Then you won't have to worry whether or not the logo will fit inside this container or not. Yeah, so that's for logos. Secondly, a site icon. Site icon refers to the logo that you see on the top of your window tab over here. So let's say you don't set anything over here, the favicon that are being used, the site icon will be WordPress, which is the platform that we're using. So if you want to change it to your logo, you just need to click on change image over here. Again, similar to what we did earlier. Either you can choose from media library or from your computer directly. And then for this one, it gives you a recommended size. You can see right here. It should be 512 by 512 pixel for this particular sizing. Yeah, so do make sure if you want to have if you're designing a new logo in the future, remember to create a size that fits perfectly for this site icon portion. Yeah, so in total you will need to edit two new logo basically. Yeah, again, once you're done, you just click on publish, or you can save draft for your changes to take effect. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for header. As for the menu header that you see over here, for us to edit this, we need to close down this setting first. But before I go to that portion, you got any question?
No.
Okay, so I'll be sharing with you on how to how to manage the menu tab. So for this one, we need to go back to the dashboard page that we see earlier, which is the dashboard page. So to do that, again, you hover your mouse to this ABS group text and click on this dashboard button. So for this sake, I will open up in another tab so that we can see it side by side. So the back end as well as the front end. So for you to access the menu header over here, you need to look for appearance portion right here and then click on menus. Okay, and then on the right side over here, you can see these are the items available for your menu. So you can see about, buy, sales, and all that are located over here. So what are the things that you can do in this setting? First is you can add another tab. So for example, you have a new page you want to put on this tab. What you need to do, click on this custom link, and then you name the new tab. So for this one, I just put S1, and then key in the page link to the page that you want your user to go to. So for this one, I just put in hashtag, so for demonstration purpose. So you just click on add to menu, and by default, the position will be on this last position right here. So which means on the front end, it will be next to this contact us portion. So when I click on save menu right here, and here I refresh it again. So you can see the test one already added to your position over here. Okay, secondly, you can rearrange the different orders of your website right here. So means, let's say, for example, you want this test one to be in between buy and sell. So what you need to do, drag it in between those two different items. So for example, buy and sell, buy and shop. So you just put it in between those two and click save menu again. And you refresh this page. Then you can see it will be put in between the two different items that we talked about earlier. That's the second thing. You can rearrange the different elements, the different items. Lastly is you can make it a sub-item similar to what you see on this services menu and sole distributor, for example. So let's say you want it to be a sub-item of about tab over here. So you just need to bring it, below the main tab that you want it to be a sub-item of, and then put it slightly inside, for example, like this, until you see the sub-item text appear. Again, when you save the menu, and then refresh your page again, you will see for about tab, earlier it doesn't have any arrow. So now, because you already put in a sub-item, it will have this auto-generated arrow, and then the sub-item will appear below it. And then secondly is like, other than making a sub-item of a main item, you can also make a sub-item of sub-items. So what I mean by that, you see there's already a sub-item over here. Let's say you have another level of sub-item. You just bring it below it, for example, like rental. And again, you put it slightly deeper this time. Like this one, for example. Again, when you save menu, refresh the page. So this one we put under rental. So you go to your services over here. You can see rental, test one. And then these are the rest of the items for this particular portion. So the design is really dependent on what type of theme that are being used. So currently, it looks like this because of the theme that are being used. Certain theme allows different type of design. It can become like another level and so on and so forth. Yeah, so really need a lot of consideration whether or not you want to add in a new sub level item, because it will affect how it looks like on the front end itself. Yeah, so this one I'll just delete for now and revert back. Yeah, so this is pretty much it in terms of the menu header itself. The next portion will be regarding this footer over here. So for us to edit the footer, whenever you hover your mouse to the footer area, you will see this edit block portion, which is footer. So what you need to do is click on this UX Builder button. UX Builder button, and you can start editing the footer. So once it's open up the setting, you just scroll down and make the changes accordingly. So we go one element at a time. So first we start with this these icons over here. So for icons, right, like what you see, there's 4 different icons. Icon is just another words for image. So for any image that you want to edit, it's pretty straightforward. You just click on the one that you want to change. For example, this one. And on the left side, you see this change media button. So you just click on this change media. And similar to what we did with the logo earlier, either you can upload a new one or choose from the media library that you have over here. So again, if you're not too sure on the sizing, you can always double check with the one that currently that you are using. And for example, this one, you just see what's the dimension that you have over here. So because this one is SVG file, so it doesn't show. So you need to download the SVG file and open it in image editor to see what's the actual dimension for it. Yeah. And same goes with the rest of the icon box that you see over here. Whereas for text is very straightforward as well. You just click on it. And then on the left side, again, you will see this button, open the text editor. And here you just key in the information like a normal text editor tools you have. For example, Microsoft Word or Google Doc and so on and so forth. So you just type in the text that you want and then you click OK, click apply and update. So to give you like a heads up, for UX Builder in particular, there's no save draft function like what we did for the design setting. So any changes that you make over here is finalized. So you do make sure that you finalize the changes that you want to do beforehand.
Oh, meaning to say, cannot undo one. If I feel like it's not nice anymore and then I want to undo, cannot.
Yeah, because you already updated. But let's say, for example, before you fully update it, if you want to look at it first, so you can. And then if you want to revert back the changes, you can use this undo and redo button. This one, the condition for this is before you click on update button. If you already click the update button, that means it cannot be undone, any changes. So that's why you really need to finalize everything first before you click on update.
Okay, understand. Thank you.
Okay, so this is done. Secondly is this portion, find us portion over here. This one similar to the text that we did earlier. We can just click on the text itself and then you just key in like normal text editor tools as well. So because certain elements are used the same. So for example, you can see on this oval a shape over here, you can see the type of element that are being used. So text. So anytime you see like text elements, you can use the same way to edit. Same goes with this portion. Same goes with this portion. Image as well. So icon box, image have 3 different categories: icon, normal image, and banner image. So all of these, the way you edit it, pretty much the same thing. And then for this portion, quick links. This one works a little bit like text, a little bit like buttons as well. So for example, what I mean by that is that you can see when you click on each element over here for menu link, you can change the title over here, and you need to key in the the link for your user to go to. So if you don't put anything over here, which this particular text will become like an empty text. And then for this target setting, you can choose between 2 options, same window or new window. So the difference between these two is that when you choose same window, whenever your user click on this buy button, they will stay within the same window tab. Whereas if you choose new window, they will open up the page in a different tab like this. Yeah. Again, once you're done, you just click on apply and update right here. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for this portion. And then for this part, you can see when I close this one, right at the bottom over here, this social media icon. So for us to edit this portion, again, we need to go back to the customized portion. Let's say you have a new Facebook page updated. You want to update the link, you can go to this footer option, and then you look for absolute footer, right? Like right here. Here. Let me see. So there's no setting for this one. So which means that this one is hard coded. So in terms of coding, I will have to refer back to our team itself because I'm not a coder for this particular project. So normally, if we cannot find the setting, it's usually is a coded function. So for this one, let me double check again whether I can find the coding. So normally, if you want to look whether or not it's coded, you can click on this portion. So this means there's no put in here. So again, for this one, I have to refer back to our developer to see where they put the setting itself. And we will get back to you on where you can update the link in the future for this particular portion. Yeah. And then yeah, before I move on to the rest of the content in between the header and the footer, you got any question regarding those things that I shared earlier?
So far, so good.
All right, Ken. So next will be on how to edit the rest of the content, which is the one that you see in the middle over here. So what you need to do to access the setting, again, hover your mouse to this edit page and click edit with UX Builder. And as you may have noticed when we did the footer part earlier, you encountered three different patterns for web development. What I mean by three different patterns is any website that you go in the world, right? You will always encounter these three different elements. One is images, second is text, and lastly is the buttons. So you will always see the patterns repeating all over the website itself. So you can see text, image, and button, text, image, and buttons, with certain exception of video now and then. But mostly the pattern that you will see is these three different elements that are being used repeatedly, not only for your website, other website in the web, the whole wide world itself. So we just wait for this one to finish loading first. Yeah, I think it's still loading.
不好意思了。
A little bit slow.
When may I know like when the website go live, it
Yeah.
will be like this speed. The speed of-
No, it will not be this speed because right now it's hosted under our server. So because in our server we host a lot of different clients' website, so that's why there's a little bit of overload in this portion, which is why you see the loading speed slightly slower. But once we live, should be no problem.
Okay, I see. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. I think it's, let me close it first. Give me a moment. Okay, never mind. This one I skip for now, since the loading speed is slightly bad for this portion. So what I'll do a guide for the content edit, or a separate recording for this. So later I'll share with Ansela what will be done for this portion. But next part will be the product portion. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Okay. So for us to access the product, we'll be going back to the dashboard page that you see earlier, right here under product setting. As I understand that you have two types of products, correct? One is the one hosted within the website. Secondly is for under SG Karmat, right?
Yeah.
So for this SG Karmat itself, let me see.
Is it this one is can link to our Ashikama?
So I think this one, yeah, this one, the linking part is already done using like a coding and integration of the API itself. So anything will be automated from here on out, like in terms of when you update your SG Kamat listing, it will auto updated inside this website as well. So in terms of for you to update this portion, you don't need to do this part, and you don't need to do this part since you already done for the SG Mat cut SG Kamat listing itself. The one that you may need to update is the one that hold by the website itself, which is on under this page, I believe. This one, yeah. So this is the one that I'll be teaching you later on. So which is right here, lah. So because let me see, all of your listing over here are add to quote product, so you can see. So it's it can consider as simple product lah. So for simple product, it's very straightforward for you to do. So you just click on this add new button over here. Okay. So add new button. So you just key in the information right here. So for example, test one, simple product. And then here, under this box that you see right here, this is where you can key in the full description of the website, or of the product, sorry. And then when you go down below over here, this is where you can key in the short description, summary of the longer description. Again, it's really up to you what you want to put. You can put both boxes over here, or either one, depending on how long your description of the product is. Let's say it's very simple, short description. You can just put it inside here. If it's a longer one, you can put it inside here. So it's a matter of where do you want to display the information. Because, for example, let's say I open up this product. So normally the short description will be displayed over here, whereas the full description will be below here. So that's the only difference. So certain times, if you don't need description, you can leave these two part empty. Like for example, this particular product, there's no description. So you can just leave it as empty like that. Yeah. Then next portion would be the categories. So you have a different category for your product. So let's say, for example, you want to use this category and this, for example. Then you can check any boxes that you feel that are relevant. If it's something totally new, you can click on add new category over here and then name the category and then click add new category, and then it will auto generate within the product category over here. Yeah. Again, next is the product image. So you can set the product image over here. And you just choose any of the image that you want to use. So for example, this one, again, if you're not too sure about the sizing, you can always double check with the current one that you use. So when you click set image, it will be uploaded over here. And then for product images, the maximum you can have is only one. Let's say you have a multiple images for that particular product. You need to add them in under this product gallery portion. And you can put it right here, as many as you want. So this one doesn't have limit. The only limit is for the main product image that you see right here. So yeah, like for example, this one, it doesn't have any multiple images. You have only one main image. And then next portion is this part. This one you don't need to do anything because all of your products are add to code product. So you don't need to worry about checking or unticking this box. And then secondly, the most important part is product data. And then by default, your product is already simple product, so you don't need to do anything on this portion. And then under regular price over here, because your product are add to code, you just put in 0 over here. So then it will be settled. Because add to code, normally you will send them the actual price. So this one, you can just put 0. And then here, SKU number. So serial number for your product. Let's say if you don't have any serial number, you can leave it as it is. And then here you can put in the statuses, either in stock, out of stock, or on back order. So let's say, for example, you have this particular product no longer selling. It's already out of stock. You just need to change the status over here under the inventory portion. So you can put out of stock, and then on the front end, it will no longer have, it will have like a banner saying that this product is out of stock, for example. Yeah. And then, yeah. So that's pretty much it for this simple product. Once you're done, you can either save draft or publish. The difference is when you save draft, only the admin user can see, whereas your customer or your visitor, they will not be able to see it unless you put publish to the setting right here. So when you click save draft, for example, and if you want to see how it looks like on the front end, you can click on this preview page. Yeah, so here's the title. This is the short description that I mentioned earlier. These are description. This is full description of the page. Then you will be able to see the category listed right here, and the main image, and then the additional image will be stored right here. So your user can either slide or click the image directly right here to see how it looks like. Yeah, so that's pretty much it in terms of how you can create the simple product. You got any question so far for simple product?
Is it the add to code? Is it direct to link our contact? Is it?
Yeah, it will link to your contact. So whenever you receive an order for this particular product, for example, this one you add to code. So I show you the user experience a little bit. So your user will click add to code, and then they will send in their information. So for example, like this, then send your request, and then later on, when I reach to the WooCommerce portion, I will be sharing with you how you can deal with this type of orders when it's coming in.
Oh, okay, sure. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so for this one, no question, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so product, next would be the WooCommerce. So I'll be sharing with you on how you can manage the orders. So since I already make a test order right now, so we'll be able to see it right here. So under orders portion that you see. So this is the one that I created earlier. So you can see new quote request. So whenever you receive this type of orders, you just click on these individual orders. And then you will see what they require. And then what you want to do next is to generate the quotation for them. So first, you edit the pricing over here. You see this pencil icon. So you just click on the pencil icon and the quantity they requested. So you can put in the pricing. So for example, it's 50,000. Oops, sorry. Here, under this total portion, you just put in the figure that you want to user to pay to you. And then you will see this is the total. And then you review the information. And then if you want to attach any attachment, maybe you have a more details brochure, you can upload a file over here for your user to see, or even the quotation, the individual quotation format itself. Rather than, let's say if you don't want to edit it right here, you can also attach it right here. But then again, I would suggest to key in the figure right here so that the system record the number for you. And you can also send them another soft copy stating the same amount. And then once you're done, you can also check the code before you're sending also. So you can send in your email address, put in your email address and click on this send email so that you can see how the quotation will look like on your customer end before you click on this send code. So you can also preview the PDF, how it looks like. So for example, this is how the quotation will look like, yeah, on your customer end. And then once you're happy with everything, or you can add in additional messages right here as well. And you click on this send code. Okay, so what will happen next is an email will be sent to your client, so to your customer. So for example, this one I should be, let me see. Oh, I'll be receiving the email. So let me open up my email. So your user will receive this type of email. You can see this is the quotation that you send. They have the option to accept or reject. So let's say, for example, I accept. Your user will be taken to this checkout page where they fill in their details. Let's say, for example, right here. And then I accept these orders. For example, I just click on place order. Address. Oh. Okay. See. Shipping method. So probably there's some shipping error over here. So this one probably will need to check with our team what's the matter with the shipping. Let me see. Okay. Okay, so probably the shipping method is not yet set up. So this one I will check with our team first so that they can amend anything. So I'm not sure if Anson is here right now, but I will notify him later on. So normally once your user key in the information and they click place order, then you will receive another order right here.
Hi, sorry, may I ask?
Yeah.
Normally there will be a WhatsApp buttons below the vehicles, right?
Mm-hmm.
There. So that does mean if don't have any WhatsApp buttons, and then there will be an add to quote button for them for customer to click, like, is it?
Yeah, correct. So just to share with you what will happen to the orders itself when they once your customer fully checked out. So here under this, once they send the checkout thing, this status over here will automatically change to on hold, for example. So once you send your customer the quotation and they accepted the quotation and made the payment, the status that you will see on this particular order number itself will be on hold. So here is where you need to do like additional checking. What I mean by additional checking, because your payment method is direct bank transfer and pay now. So it's a manual payment method. So you need to verify with your bank whether or not these orders, the payment has gone through or not. So once you verify that it's already gone through, you need to change the status over here to processing. And then you click update over here. And then the reason why we need to change the status is so that the system will send an email to your customer saying that your orders is processed, payment is received, and order is being processed currently. And then once your customer either come to your location or you ship the sorry yeah.
Sorry, not no, nothing.
Sorry. So once you change the processing, and then your customer either pick up the products from you or you ship it out from them. Once they receive the product, you need to go back to the same status portion over here, change it to completed. And then you click on update. Again, the reason why we need to change it to completed is so that the system will capture the data as a sales completed data, and it will send out another email to your customer saying that the order is completed and attach this invoice with them so that for their references, for their own reference to see what they already purchased from you. And then the sales data that has been captured by this action earlier will be reflected under this report portion under the WooCommerce. So you can see, so the sales data will be reflected in this graph, which is you can see on line graph as well as this bar graph over here. And you can see the different period of time as well. So here are last 7 days. You can put in last month, this month, last year, and so on. You can also customize the date range as well. So using this calendar option. And then you can see right here, the default view that you see right now is sales by date. You can also see sales by product or by category. And then if you want to view the information offline, you can download the data using this export CSV portion. And then that way you can do your analysis without going to inside the website itself to see the full data when you export out the CSV file. Yeah. So that's for report. And then next is setting. For setting, right, this is where you can update your business information. Let's say you move to a new location in the future. So you can update the information in this field right here. You can also choose the selling location. Let's say, for example, you expand your operation to a different country. Let's say, for example, you expand to Malaysia. You can also key in Malaysia over here. Malaysia, for example, right here. You can also ship to Malaysia. Ship to Malaysia. Yeah, for example, like this. This one is Singapore. For example. And then here you can set the currency that are being used as well to display your product price. And then once you're done, you just click on Save Changes at the bottom left over here.
I'm sorry to stop you for a while. I
yeah.
want to ask that. So meaning to say, any orders, if we need to edit or we need to reply, we need to go in this admin backend site dashboard to do the adjustment to reply them, right? To reply the customer, is it?
To send them the quotation. But before you go in, you will be receiving like a email notification. So you will know when the new orders coming in.
Also, I will receive email notifications as well.
Yeah, correct.
And the email is?
So how do you see the email? Is under this WooCommerce setting. You see this email tab?
Mm-hmm.
So you just click on this email tabs. And then remember earlier we talked about like the different statuses, processing, completed, and so on. So you see there's new order, cancel order, or failed orders. So the person that handling this email address will be receiving the email notification. Okay. And other statuses like on hold, processing, completed, your customer will be receiving the notification. So for example, if you want to have more than one person to receive the notification, let's say just in case you don't want to miss out the notification, you can set up a backup email address. You can click on this manage button. And then you see this recipient part, and then to add in a new email address, you just simply add in this comma button and add in the email address that you want to add. Yeah, right, like this one. There's no limit for this one. You can have as many as you want. So let's say you have another one, you just differentiate it using comma again, and you key in another email address, and then that way you can ensure that you don't miss out on any order notification.
Okay, Ken, thanks.
No problem. And then remember to click on this save changes once you make any changes. And then lastly is the payment method. So let's say you want to update your banking information. For example, currently the payment method that have been used is direct bank transfer. So you click inside, and if you want to update your banking information or pay now info, you can directly do it from here. So you can change your bank name, change your UEN number, do for both section over here. And then here you can update the information also. Either you can add account or remove the old one as well. Yeah. And then again, once you're done, you just click on this save changes right here. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for WooCommerce portion. You got any question before I move on to the last portion?
So far so good. Thanks.
Okay, can no problem. Oh yeah, one more thing. You see, you have this WhatsApp, right? This portion.
Yes.
Let's say you want to update your number, WhatsApp number. You can do so inside this setting as well. You see this WhatsApp tab. You just click on this one,
Okay, can. So,
and you click on Edit right here,
hmm?
and then you just key in the new number over here. Mm. Yeah, so you can key in the new number, and then you can also change the title right here.
Oh, the WhatsApp number actually is not the handphone number.
No, so it's a different one, is it?
How come this one is the analog phone?
You can let me know the numbers. I can help you change right now.
Mm, never mind. I think we can adjust it right ourselves, our back end, right?
Yeah, can.
By the way,
And
so you will send us the login credentials after a while, after the sessions, or what?
after live, because right now this one is a what do you call it? It's a staging website.
Oh,
So it's not the real version yet. So once we live, then that's the real version. Mhm. So you can let Anson know if you want to change the number over here. Then he will update for you.
I see. Okay, can.
Mm-mm. And then yeah, the last portion will be user. So user, this one is a good, a helpful tool for you to create a new user for your team member. Let's say, for example, you want to add in a new team member to help you manage the website in the future. You can do so in this setting. So once you're inside this user setting, you click on this add new button. And then the most important field that you need to key in is this username and email address. So, for example, you want to create a new admin account. Admin one, for example, then you key in their their email address, and then the system can auto generate the password for you, or you can key in the specific password. It's really up to you. But before you click add new user over here, right, you need to either screenshot this field, or you record the password somewhere, so that when you pass it over to your new team member to manage the website, they can directly log in using the password they are given, rather than need to dig the password somewhere.
Okay, sorry. So meaning to say, each user want to get to manage the back end dashboard, all the things they need to create.
Account, yeah, you need
Everyone
a.
need to create a users. Is it?
If you
Oh,
want to have one only for everyone, you can also have one only. Just that you need to share the password to everyone. No? The same.
uh,
The
meaning to say, if I don't create a username, but then my colleagues still can. We can act as a team, like to log in using
the
one
same.
only one users.
Yeah, using one account only can. Like that also can.
Can
Mm. And
understand.
then here need to understand a little bit for the role portion. So here there's a list of different roles. So that's why if you want to have different person handling different things, it will be good to assign them different roles. But if you want to have like a one master account, can just set them as administrator. So that means everyone can share the different same account now, because administrator covers everything from the design to the back end setting.
I see. Can.
And then if you want them to only handle like design portion, you can add them as the editor. Then the back end they will not be able to touch. So it's in a way to restrict the account itself. And then the shop manager will be mostly focused on WooCommerce and the product. Yeah.
Okay. Can you share me the like what is the restriction for the roles? Like
What is this?
I mean, do you have a descriptions or guidelines for the roles? So administrator is from start to the end, can in charge
mm,
everything. And then
yeah.
other than that, the editor is cannot touch the back end things. What do you mean back end?
Backend, this portion, you see there's pages, there's like pop-up, contacts, all this. You see these products. So let's say, for example, if you set someone as a designer only, which is the editor, they cannot touch anything related with the products. Or let's say, for example, you want them to change the WhatsApp number, for example.
Yes, yeah. So can you share with like share a list for me or a guideline for me with all the roles descriptions?
This one I think
Afterwards maybe.
can. Probably there's a documented guide as well on their roles on the website, but I'll look for you later, then share with you the link.
Oh, okay. There will be a guideline. I mean just now what you say?
Description, description, right?
Yeah.
Can.
Can okay, thank you.
So once you're done, you just click add new user, then they will be added to the new user itself. Yeah. So that's pretty much cover everything that I need to cover for today. You got any question?
Except the product related things, right? Just now the web page is hanging there.
Yeah. So this one, because I'm not too sure why it hanging when I open the editor. So I'll either do a simple documented guide or another separate recording for you lah. Once the website stabilize itself. Yeah.
Can understand. That's all for my.
Yeah, that's all for my end lah. So anything you can just come back to answer, and then maybe he'll look for the team to help out lah, in terms of anything you might.
Can I know like what is the exact date for the website to go live?
This one I cannot answer for you. This one need to ask Anson. I'm really sorry.
I see. Okay, all right. Thank you.
Right, thank you very much.